Welcome to the English Echo. We're very happy you're here today. Today, we're going to practice English together in a simple and relaxing way. I'm Sam.
And I'm Sophia.
We're happy you're here today.
Let's learn together.
So, today we are talking about our daily habits and, well, how we can make real changes in our lives. There's a core idea we need to explore first, and it's a bit tough.
Right. It's a very important idea.
Yeah. Basically, the idea is this: if you do not change your life, absolutely nobody else will do it for you.
That is a really powerful place to start. I mean, talking about our routines is something we do in English every single day. We talk about waking up, going to work, and, the things we wish we could improve.
Exactly. It is incredibly useful for practicing natural English. But before we can talk about changing our lives, we really need to understand what it feels like when things stay exactly the same.
Oh, definitely. It's a very specific feeling.
It really is. Like sometimes I realize I am doing the exact same things every day without even thinking about it. I wake up, I immediately look at my phone screen, I go to work.
Yeah, and then you come home tired and you just do it all again the next day.
Exactly. It can feel exhausting.
Many people feel that exact same exhaustion, You are describing the normal daily grind. You eat the same food, you see the same people, and your brain just stops working hard.
Wait, is there a reason for that? Like, does the brain do that on purpose?
Yes, actually, there is a scientific reason. Our brains have a kind of, autopilot mode.
What do you mean by an autopilot mode? I mean, I know airplanes have an autopilot so the pilot can rest. Does the human brain do the same thing?
It really does. The brain uses a lot of energy. So to save energy, it takes our daily actions and turns them into automatic routines.
Oh, wow. So we don't have to think about them anymore.
Right. Once a routine is built, your brain just follows the pattern. This saves energy, but, it also makes life feel very boring.
That explains so much. I mean, I have had mornings where I drive to work, and when I arrive, I cannot even remember the drive. My brain was completely on autopilot.
Exactly. Your brain was saving energy. But there is a negative side to this. When nothing is ever new, people start to feel sad and frustrated.
Yeah, they feel trapped. I think there's a common phrase native English speakers use for this negative feeling, right?
Yes, there is. We often say we feel stuck in a loop. A loop is a circle that just goes round and round.
Like a circle with no starting line and no finish line?
Exactly. Getting stuck means you are trapped and you are not moving forward in your life. It is just like a car driving on a very wet dirt road after a heavy rain.
Oh, I can picture that. The car drives into deep mud and completely stops, right?
Right. The driver pushes the gas pedal, the wheels turn very fast, the engine is super loud, and mud flies everywhere.
But the car doesn't go anywhere.
Exactly. That is a perfect picture of what happens. The driver is trying hard and using a lot of energy, but the car is completely stuck in the mud.
And, just like that car, a person can get stuck in a bad routine. The wheels are spinning in their mind, but there is no real progress.
Yeah, they might be stuck in a boring job, or maybe stuck eating unhealthy food every evening because their brain is on autopilot.
Right. They want to move forward. They want a better job or better health. But because they just repeat the same daily actions, they get the exact same results.
Exactly. The brain keeps playing the same loop to save energy, and the person just feels trapped.
So once we realize our brain is playing this loop, we usually want to fix the problem, right? We want to take control of the steering wheel again.
Yes, we definitely want to. But changing our habits feels incredibly hard.
It really does. Instead of taking action today, we constantly delay. We tell ourselves that, we will change our life later.
Oh, this is a very common human habit. We almost always wait for a special day to start doing something difficult.
Like starting a diet or saving money.
Right. We want to clean our house, but we tell ourselves that today is not the right day. We wait for a perfect moment.
We always think tomorrow will be easier. But tomorrow's always just another normal day. I think the most famous trap in the world is saying, I will start on Monday.
Oh, the Monday trap. Monday is definitely the most famous day for making false promises.
Why is that? Why do we always choose Monday?
Well, there is actually a psychological reason for this. Our brains have trouble understanding our future self. When we think about ourselves next Monday, we imagine a completely different person.
That is fascinating. So like when I sit on my couch on a Friday night eating unhealthy food, I imagine that the Monday version of me will be a superhero.
Yes, exactly. You imagine that future person will have endless energy and amazing discipline.
But then Monday morning finally arrives, and well, I am not a superhero. I am the exact same person.
Right, you feel tired, the alarm clock is annoying, and you just repeat your old habits again.
But wait, isn't it sometimes helpful to have a fresh start? Like a new week or a new year feels like a clean, blank page? Doesn't that clean page give people good motivation?
A clean page feels nice, yes, but it is an illusion. I mean, your body and your mind do not know what day it is.
That makes sense. The body doesn't know it's Monday.
Exactly. If you do not build the skill of starting a hard task right now, today, then Monday will just feel like another Tuesday. The magic is in taking action, not in the day of the week.
It really is a trap. Waiting for Monday means you're giving yourself permission to do nothing today.
Right. And if we wait for a special feeling of motivation, well, we might wait forever. We have to wake up and realize that nobody is going to force us to change.
Yeah, nobody's going to knock on your door at 6 o'clock in the morning. Imagine a stranger banging loudly on your front door while you were sleeping.
You open the door in your pajamas and the stranger yells, "Wake up! It is time to change your life."
That would be terrifying. It would be quite a shock.
Yeah.
But the truth is, in the real world, nobody is coming to save us. Nobody is coming to pull us out of our bad habits.
Your life is your responsibility. You cannot wait for a friend, a boss, or a teacher to do the hard work. You have to be the one to take the very first step.
So if nobody else will do it, and waiting for Monday is a trap, how do we actually begin? When I think about changing my health and my job, it sounds like a massive mountain to climb.
It is very normal to feel scared when you look at the whole mountain, but there is a secret to success here.
Oh, what is the secret?
Secret is that you must start small. You do not need to change your entire life in one single day. In fact, trying to change everything at once usually causes failure.
Why does changing everything at once cause failure? I often see people say they're going to completely change their diet, start running 5 miles a day, and read a book every week, all on the same day.
And it usually fails because of another system in the brain. The brain has an alarm system that looks for danger.
Danger, like a physical threat.
Well, yes. When you try to make a massive change in your life, your brain senses a threat. It feels too difficult, so the brain releases stress chemicals. The alarm rings loudly, and you panic and quit.
Oh, I see. So starting small keeps the brain calm. Can we look at a simple everyday example? Like if someone wants a better morning routine, what is a tiny change they can make tomorrow morning?
A great small step is avoiding the phone. Many people wake up, drink coffee, and immediately stare at negative news on their screen.
Yeah, that's a very common loop.
Instead of throwing away the phone completely, a small step is just waking up and going for a simple 20-minute walk outside first.
That is a beautiful idea. You leave your phone on the kitchen table, you step outside into the cool, quiet air, you just breathe and walk.
Right. It only takes 20 minutes, so the brain does not panic, but it probably makes you feel much more positive for the rest of the day.
It gives you a quiet moment to wake up naturally. Can we look at another everyday example? What about someone who buys restaurant takeout food every single evening?
That is a great example. Let's say they want to be healthier and save money.
Eating restaurant food every day is very expensive and usually full of salt and fat. So how do they start small? Should they throw away all the restaurant menus and cook at home 7 days a week?
No, promising to cook 7 days a week is a massive change. That will definitely trigger the brain's alarm system.
Right, the brain will panic.
Exactly. A small step is deciding to cook at home only from Monday to Thursday. It is a clear, short goal.
And what happens on the weekend? After cooking for 4 days, do they allow themselves to relax and order their favorite restaurant food on Friday night?
Yes, exactly. They reward themselves on the weekend. This is a very smart plan.
Why is it a smart plan? Why not just cook at home every single day to save the maximum amount of money right away?
Because cooking 7 days a week is too much work for someone who never cooks. They will have to buy too many groceries, learn too many recipes, and wash too many dishes. The stress will build up very fast.
I understand now. The work becomes too heavy, and they experience intense stress. They will have one bad day at work, come home, see a pile of dirty dishes, and they will completely give up.
Exactly. Starting small prevents that exact crash. Cooking 4 days a week is a goal you can actually reach. When Friday arrives, you feel proud of yourself.
And that pride gives you energy to continue next week. To really prove why starting small is the best advice, let's talk about my own failure. Let's look at what happens when we ignore this advice.
Oh, sharing a personal story is a great idea. What happened?
I think my past experience at the gym is the perfect example. A few years ago, I suddenly decided I wanted a perfect body. I had not exercised in months, but I decided to go to the gym 6 days a week.
Oh, wow. 6 days a week. That is a huge jump.
It really was. I tried to lift very heavy weights on the very first day. I wanted fast results.
Taking a huge jump like that puts way too much pressure on the human body. Your muscles were not prepared for that level of stress. What happened the next morning?
It was a complete disaster. My muscles were incredibly sore. Even walking down the stairs in my house was a painful, terrible experience.
Oh, no, that sounds awful.
Every time I moved, my body screamed. I went back to the gym on day 2, but I was in so much pain I couldn't even lift my arms. I completely gave up on fitness after just 4 days.
Right. And because it hurts so much, your brain created a negative connection. Your brain's alarm system learned that the gym equals terrible pain.
Exactly. When I failed, I felt embarrassed. So I ran straight back to my old, easy habits. I went back to a place that felt safe and familiar.
We actually have a special name for this safe place in English. We call it the comfort zone.
Ah, the comfort zone. We all love our comfort zone very much.
We really do. Think about your favorite soft couch. The television is playing your favorite movie. The temperature is perfect.
It sounds amazing. There's no stress, no pain, and no heavy weights to lift. You never feel nervous, and you never feel scared when you are wrapped inside your comfort zone.
It feels warm and cozy, yes, but it can be a very dangerous place to stay forever.
Dangerous. How so?
It is dangerous because nothing grows in the comfort zone. It completely stops you from moving forward. Biologically, it is designed to keep us alive and safe, but not to make us successful or happy.
That is a great point. To grow, we need a little bit of friction. We need a little bit of good stress. Like learning a new language is a perfect example of this.
Oh, absolutely. If you want to speak natural English, you have to open your mouth and try speaking with real people.
And when you speak, you will eventually make mistakes. Sometimes people might not understand you, or you might forget a word. That is not a comfortable feeling.
No, it is not. It can feel a little embarrassing. It
Huh.
definitely takes you out of your safe, quiet place.
It takes real effort to practice speaking when you feel nervous. But leaving that safe place is the only way you will ever actually learn the language.
Exactly. Stepping out of your comfort zone brings the real rewards. Now, when we finally decide to introduce this good stress and change our routines, we often want to talk about it with our friends.
Yes, we want to share our goals. But I have noticed a lot of English learners struggle to explain this naturally.
They really do. Sometimes they translate phrases directly from their native language. The words make sense, but they sound a little strange or robotic to a native speaker.
Literal translations can feel a bit too dramatic. We want to help you learn the natural phrases so you sound relaxed and confident. Let's look at a common mistake.
Okay, what is an example?
Sometimes, a person wants to tell their friend that they are tired of their loop and they want to do something different. They might say, I make a new life.
Ah, yes. Saying, I make a new life, sounds like dialogue from a dramatic movie. It is too big. Instead, native speakers prefer softer, simpler language. We simply say, I'm making a change.
I am making a change. That is much shorter and smoother. It sounds like a normal conversation over coffee. Here's another translation mistake. Someone might want to talk about leaving their safe space. They might say, I have to exit my comfort.
The word exit is usually used for a door or a building, not a feeling. When we talk about leaving our safe space, we use a specific phrase. We say, I need to step out of my comfort zone.
Oh, that is very visual. I need to step out of my comfort zone. The word step shows action, and zone is the area. Let's look at one more common mistake.
Sure. What is the last one?
Sometimes the learner wants to talk about stopping a negative action, like smoking. They might say, I want to break my bad things.
While people will understand what you mean, it sounds a little funny. We do not call our actions bad things. We call them habits. So the most natural phrase is, I want to break a bad habit.
I want to break a bad habit. That sounds very professional. For example, you can break the bad habit of eating too much sugar, or break the bad habit of waiting for Monday.
Exactly. Using these simple phrases makes a massive difference in how you sound. When you say, I'm making a change, or I want to break a bad habit, you sound like a confident speaker having a friendly chat.
Let's put all of this advice and vocabulary into practice. Let's create a scenario about a real-life situation. This will show exactly how to use the psychology of starting small.
This is a wonderful idea. Real-life stories help our brains remember the lessons. What is the scenario?
Let's imagine a person who works in a very boring office. They have been at the same company for 5 years. They are deeply unhappy, but they are too scared to leave. The job is their comfort zone.
Oh, I see. They feel completely stuck in a loop.
Yeah. Every single evening, they complain to their family about their boss and their boring tasks, but they never do anything about it. I think many people stay in bad jobs because they feel they've already given 5 years of their life to the company.
That is a famous psychological barrier. People feel they have invested too much time, so they cannot leave. Also, the fear of the unknown is often stronger than the pain of a bad job.
Right. They know the job is bad, but at least it is familiar and safe. So if this person wants to make a change, how can they apply the advice to start small?
Well, quitting their job today without a plan is a massive change. That will definitely trigger their brain's alarm system and cause a panic attack.
You are absolutely right. Quitting today is a terrible idea. They should not write a letter to their boss right now.
No, they just need to take a step. Taking a step means doing one small physical action that builds a new pathway in the brain. They need to turn their frustrated thoughts into small movements.
What is a safe physical action for this unhappy worker? What is a tiny 10-minute step they can take tonight when they get home?
A perfect small step is just opening their laptop. They can go to a website with job postings. They do not need to update their resume, and they do not need to apply for anything.
Also, they just look.
Yes, they just need to spend exactly 10 minutes reading about different companies in their city.
10 minutes is a very small amount of time. It's not stressful, and the brain's alarm system stays quiet. But by looking at new jobs for 10 minutes, they are proving to their brain that exploring is safe.
Exactly. They are breaking the bad habit of just complaining. They are looking at the outside world without taking a big risk.
And over a few weeks, that 10 minutes becomes a normal routine. The fear slowly disappears.
Right. Eventually, updating their resume will feel like a natural next step, not a terrifying jump. The small 10 minutes will eventually grow into a brand new career.
This has been an incredibly helpful conversation. We have learned so much about how the brain works today.
We really have. If we want a different result in life, we cannot just keep spinning our wheels in the mud.
No, we have to bypass our brain's alarm system and take one tiny step forward. You are the driver of your own car. You have to be the one to push it out of the mud.
And waiting for the magical future version of yourself on Monday will never solve the problem. You have to start small, and you have to start today.
So I want to ask you, the listener, a direct question. Think deeply about your own life, your own loops, and your own goals. What is one tiny 10-minute step you can take right now, today?
It does not have to be a big, dramatic change. Just pick one simple thing to improve. Build that new pathway in your brain.
And remember, doing hard things with a friend always makes the friction feel lighter. Think about someone you can practice your English with. You can gently step out of your comfort zones together. Thank you for listening to the English Echo.
Keep practicing English every day.
Small steps can make a big difference.
See you in the next episode.